What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 351 of Community Universe Road, and edition number 92 of Monday Night Fusion. We are getting closer and closer and closer now, just 2 weeks away from the grandest stage of them all, Ascendance 5. The biggest event in CMV's history is on the horizon as we get ready for another action-packed edition of the flagship show. My friends, welcome in all. What's up, Josh? What's up, Hellish? What's up, Big Vic? Welcome in as we are getting things started with some singles action. As Sean Kent makes his way down the ramp towards the ring, ready to get some payback against his former friend, his former tag team partner, a man he once shared championship gold with in Azrael. Of course, once known as Fatal Decision, Sean Kent and Azrael once upon a time reigned supreme on top of the tag team division, but then a number one contenders match that Schmitty put them in against one another really started to spell the end for the two former brothers in arms. I guess Schmitty in the end here got what he wanted, breaking up these two, turning them against one another, as Sean Kent of course would be victorious in that number one contenders match, becoming number one contender for the United States Championship. Azrael wouldn't be able to take that loss, wouldn't be able to take it with a grain of salt, if you will. Instead would choose to put his tag team partner on blast during an interview, telling Sean Kent that he can fuck off and where he can shove it. Kent would respond by costing Azrael a matchup 2 weeks ago against Xander Slate, and then the Boa, this man right here, would get his payback. Last week it was Sean Kent, Xander Slate for the United States title, but before the match could even start, Azrael would brutally attack Kent on the ramp. The match would be discarded, and Kent would not get his championship opportunity. Now the partners are finally coming to blows. Azrael issued the challenge for this matchup here tonight, said he wanted Kent in the ring. And on top of that, it has been confirmed, I'm sure that Xander Slate is not too happy about it, but the face of America, instead of having to defend his title against Sean Kent, he'll have to defend against Kent and Azrael, as in 2 weeks' time at Ascendance 5, it is going to be a triple threat match for the United States Championship. So not only is this a bit of a grudge bout, but also some big-time momentum on the line heading into that three-way matchup for the United States title at the show of shows. Last time these two did battle, Kent emerged victorious. Let's see if Big Asshole can tie it up between them on a night where we got a lot to get to. Oh, look at this. Our first tweet of the evening coming from Gerard Fisher says, at Harvey Hastings, are you ready to remake history? Of course, talking about the matchup that will immediately be following this one, actually, as the house is going to reform. Harvey Hastings and Gerard Fisher are going to be teaming up to take on Arthur Rose and Oliver Smith. The German duo, former indie scene tag team partners, coming back together. I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see this one. So let's not wait any longer. Let's get it on. Our first matchup of the evening. Sean Kent, you can see it in his eyes. He was so ready to become United States champion last week, and Azrael took that away from him. These two, it's unfortunate to have seen their tag team, come to an end, because I really like these two together. They were something in that ring, capturing the Fusion tag team titles. I thought they might have had a couple more reigns left in them, but the egos just could not coincide. He's got a snapmare chop to the back and then a big old kick to the chest as Kent now out to the second turnbuckle with a Phoenix Splash. That's one way to get things started, my friends. Xander Slate, we heard backstage he was pretty elated after Azrael attacked Kent and that United States title match got called off, but I'm sure his mood has most definitely deteriorated now that he knows he has to defend his title against both these men in a matchup where he doesn't have to be pinned to lose his championship. Triple threat's always tricky like that. At Ascendance, we could see Azrael pin Kent or Kent pin Azrael for them to become the United States title. Xander doesn't even have to be the one beaten to lose his championship gold. That title he's held for 2 months now. Also to come here tonight, my friends, our main event going to be one hell of a matchup, as we are going to see Filth Shane Scott take on the Pride of Scotland and Jacob Ziegler. They were tag team partners in last week's main event, worked well together to get the victory, but tonight only one man can walk out with the win, just as it will be at Ascendance in 2 weeks' time in that Money in the Bank ladder match. Slappy currently at a count of 4 here, guys, as Azrael and Sean Kent, I don't even think they're hearing the count right now, just so irritated with one another, wanting to beat the hell out of each other. Slappy now on a count of 6. Yo, what up, Jared? 7 now, guys. Are we going to end up getting a double count out here at the top of the show? Wait a minute, Azrael looking to make his way back into the ring. Perhaps a count out victory for the Big Boa. Talking that smack. No, here comes Kent. Beating the count of 7. And now look at that, a jumping complete shot. Going to take down Big Asshole. As now it is Kent going for a modified crossface, but that looks like it's going to be an immediate rope break. Nice call by Slappy. Saw Azrael's feet were underneath the bottom rope there. And guys, we get a tweet from George King, the European champion over on Unmatched. He says, "Sad that I beat you so bad that you run back to your tag team partner of old. You are lucky that my kingdom is on Unmatched, or we do what we would do best and beat down you wannabes." Oh, look at this. Sean Kent now unleashing this combination on Azrael. I was trying to figure out who George King was speaking to there, and I'm pretty sure it's Gerard Fisher, because we know that they are both NGW alumni, if you will, and at the main event of the first ever and last ever NGW pay-per-view, George King and Gerard Fisher were both involved in that triple threat match to crown the first ever NGW champion. I think George King beat Gerard Fisher once in singles action, if I do recall also. Probably what King is hinting at there is getting an enziguri now by Azrael to Sean Kent. And a tweet now, guys, from Harvey Hastings says, "You're acting like I wanted this to happen. I still do not trust Fisher." So Harvey Hastings here letting it be known that he does not trust Gerard. That could be a problem with them being on the same side up next against Arthur Rose and Oliver Smith. Yo, what up, R-Jam? Also tonight, guys, we're going to find out who's going to Ascendance to challenge Desolation for those Fusion Tag Team titles. It's going to be the Police Squad taking on the Bickering Duo. A poll on the website, communityuniverse.4motion.com, asked the CMV Universe who they would prefer to see get the opportunity, and the Police Squad actually got the majority of the fan support, surprisingly. I guess after seeing John Smith and Bill Jones defeat Desolation last week, pretty confident they can do it again with the gold on the line. Sean Kent, I thought he was going to back into the corner to try to go for that super kick of his he brings out every now and again, but instead taunting, wasting time here. There's that ego coming into play. As now Kent going to get off this combination of strikes. There's a spinning back fist. Now these kicks to the midsection. One after the other. Finally going to finish it off with a spinning soul. Might have cracked a rib. Clean in half. 1, 2. Oh, and he nearly got the 3 count as well. Sean Kent can't believe it. He thought that would do the deed, but Azrael showing some resilience. He's showing why he's a former 2-time international champion and looking to be the next United States champion. But Sean Kent looking to put those aspirations to an end. GTS, the way that he defeated him the last time they went one-on-one. 1, 2. No, but this time Azrael kicks out. Azrael does not want to be embarrassed at the hands of his former tag team partner once again. But look at that, Sean Kent with a cheeky little tip of the fedora, if you will. And now Kent gonna go over that super kick, but Azrael saw it coming. Close range able to counter, and now a leaping knee strike. Beautifully done. Azrael marking his territory, if you will, there in the corner, stomping his feet. Beckoning for Sean Kent to get to his feet, catches him with a hook to the jaw. Now a German suplex, no bridge, no pinfall attempt though. Yeah, indeed. Later on during our live event, we get the debut of Blood and Stone. Bloody Justice and Rise teaming together for the first time. Oh, look at this guy's dirty heel tactics coming into play from Sean Kent. Oh, but Azrael, a dirty heel himself, he knows how to get out of that one. Surely Ryan Kent taught Sean that trick. Azrael now going for a powerbomb, it was looking like, but Sean Kent with a couple of well-placed punches able to save himself from going through that agony, and now a Meteora. Doesn't hook the legs, though, to try to take the win. Instead, goes to the apron, looking to take a risk here. Azrael. What's he going to get floored with here? Wait a minute! Boa bottom! Boa bottom by Azrael! Oh, shit, I had a feeling that might happen. 1, 2, 3, and Azrael gets the win. What a matchup to kick off Monday Night Fusion edition number 91, my friends. Azrael tying things up between himself and his former tag partner, catching Sean Kent with the Boa bottom. Both these men, along with Xander Slate, will be showcased in 2 weeks' time. The grandest stage of them all, Ascendance 5, with the United States title on the line. Here's the finish right here. Boa bottom by Azrael. Caught Sean Kent midair as he came off the ropes. Azrael, bloodied, bruised and all, gets that all-important momentum. Are we looking at the next United States champion, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to have to get that rubber match between these two. Xander Slate, though, surely watching from the back. Gotta wonder what's going through his mind. He's got some tough competition coming his way. And as we get ready for our next matchup of the evening, we had a tweet, guys, from Jaquan Shea, who says, the Kip-Up Kings know when the time is right to go on the attack. Perry learnt that firsthand. Of course, referring to what he and his tag team partner, Jamari Williams, did to Perry Heenan last week, jumping the CMV Anarchy champion. And later on tonight, we're going to see Perry Heenan in action, actually, against Xander Slate, champion versus champion. I am very much looking forward to that matchup. Gotta wonder what Perry's condition is, though, after going through that assault at the hands of the Kip-Up Kings. But the action must continue. A great win for Azrael, indeed, on the road to Ascendance 5. But here we go. It is time for the house to be rebuilt, if you will. Former independent scene tag team partners were coming to CMV. Harvey Hastings and Gerard Fisher, both German-born superstars, kind of separated on their way into the business as Fisher went to NGW, of course, may it rest in peace, never forget, and Harvey came directly to Monday Night Fusion, but now on the same brand, and now coming together, though, we saw Gerard Fisher with a tweet earlier on, obviously very excited about this reunion, whereas Harvey Hastings says he doesn't completely trust Gerard still. But they are going to have to work together if they hope to get a victory here over Arthur Rose and Oliver Smith. Harvey knows both of these men very well, defeating Rose back at Purgatory to earn the opportunity to face Oliver Smith in his retirement match in 2 weeks' time at Ascendance 5. Win or lose, Oliver Smith is gone from CMV. He's going to be turning in his boots, if you will, taking them off for the last time. But if the past couple weeks is any indication, Oliver Smith is looking to walk out of the grandest stage of them all, put his career to an end with a victory, defeating former world champion Chris Andrews. Was that last week or 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 2 weeks ago that was. And went over Shane Scott was that, about a month ago now. But both fantastic matches. I've said it time and time again. Smith, at the end of his career, seems to be in the best shape of it, at least since we've seen him in CMV. And Harvey Hastings has got to do all that he can to get on the same level as his opponent. Is that Finn Balor's gimmick, abs? Here he comes, my friends, the assassin, Harvey Hastings, making his way to the ring now. Felt firsthand a couple of weeks ago that Oliver Smith, though he's on his way out, still as dirty as ever. Harvey was coming down to the ring after Smith's victory over Chris Andrews, in fact, in that main event encounter. With a metal bat in hand, was looking to attack Oliver Smith, it seems, soften him up for their Ascendance 5 collision, but Gerard Fisher would actually come out and stop Harvey. Harvey would then get into the ring and offer a handshake. Smith would try to go for a low blow and hit him with that butterfly pile driver of his, but Harvey Hastings was too quick, much more agile, able to escape and hit him with that headshot, the Pele kick. Harvey now with the opportunity to get his hands on Oliver Smith in ring for the first time before they go one-on-one at the show of shows. And here comes a man that Harvey Hastings knows very, very well. Probably knows him better than anybody else does in the entire world. But Harvey, as he said himself in that tweet earlier, does not fully trust this man, Gerard Fisher. They shared championship gold in various promotions across the globe. This is their first time coming together in CMV, though. Gerard, since coming to the Fusion roster, has been on a tear, currently 3-0 since debuting a couple of weeks ago. The question is, do these two men still have what it takes to form a cohesive unit and get the job done here tonight? This is Gerard Fisher's first night on Monday Night Fusion. This is his flagship show debut. Those 3 wins he's gotten so far have been on reality wrestling and live events, respectively. Let's see if Harvey can help him out and bring him to 4-0. Or if this man, the unique one, as they call him, Arthur Rose, whose opportunity to be in Harvey Hastings' shoes, to be taking on Oliver Smith at Ascendance, were crushed by the Assassin 2 weeks ago at Purgatory. Now here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Looking to keep his hot streak alive. It is the in-ring general, the veteran of the sport that is wrestling, Smith, who is just 2 weeks away from retirement. Ascendance 5 will be the place of his final matchup. Not only a CMV ring, but any ring. Finally going to hang up them boots, go home and relax for the rest of his days. But before he can do that, he's wanting to go out with a bang. He asked for the very best to step up and challenge him at Ascendance. Harvey Hastings is the man who took that challenge. Let's see if Smith and the man that he may have faced at Ascendance in another an alternate reality and Arthur Rose can work together against two men who know each other like the back of their hands, as it is going to be the purgatory opponents, Harvey Hastings and Arthur Rose, starting things off here in our first of 2 tag team matches tonight. As later on we are, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I thought he was going to go for the dragon. Instead with a snap to the leg there. Later on, we're going to see Police Squad taking on the Bickering duo. The winners of that will go on to Ascendance 5 as the challengers to the Fusion Tag Team titles. Desolation awaiting them. Those for a stomp tonight, guys. We also see Troy Myers in action. Myers, who's actually coming off a win last week over Arthur Rose, going to be taking on the returning Shinaz Andoni. You know Andoni's got a whole lot of revenge backed up and waiting for Myers later on. That's our co-main. Hey, look at the snap the arm, Harvey Hastings. That's a maneuver that can easily break your arm in 2 pieces right there. Rose, though, seems to be okay for the most part. Arm drag right there, going to bring him back to his feet. It was certainly quite a comeback for Double H back at Purgatory, because Arthur Rose was dominating the matchup, man. A lot of people, including Mr. Excitement, I had a commentary. We both thought that Arthur Rose was going to be the clear victor, man. He was just shit-kicking Harvey, but then in the blink of an eye, Harvey just makes his comeback and gets the 1-2-3 to get himself that spot against Oliver Smith at Ascendance. You know, Rose gotta have a bit of pent-up resentment towards Harvey for that, as Gerard now tagged in, and Arthur Rose can get the tag to Oliver Smith. Yo, what up, Tim? We got that new emote live. Vintage Topher call emote. Spine Buster by Oliver Smith as Arthur Rose finally gets out of the ring. Double boots to the chest, though, by Gerard. The powerhouse, the man that could have been the first ever NGW, first ever and last ever NGW champion if things may have been different way back when. Checkpoint Miami. Very well maybe in George King's shoes right now, reigning as the European champion over on Unmatched. How different things could be. Instead, Gerard is going to make his impact here on Monday Night Fusion. Look at that modified powerbomb. Beautifully done. And another tag back to Harvey Hastings. Look, you already see the teamwork. Look at that. Back suplex by Gerard. Perfect positioning for Harvey, who goes up to the top rope. Oh, no, look at that, though. Smith spearing Gerard off the ring apron. Making the assassin miss that, I don't know, going for a Dragon Rana, maybe? I have no idea. Oh, look at that, though. The numbers game catching up with Oliver Smith as Harvey planting his Ascendance opponent face first down to the outside of the ring. Slappy at a count of, count of 3. I was going to say count of 4. Oh, got to stomp down onto the arm. It's Double H. Oh, man, might have just broken that wrist. Gerard Fisher, now remember, he is oh wait, Harvey's the legal man, isn't he? No, count of 4. Look at Oliver Smith fighting off both men, but the numbers game once again, too much for him to handle. That modified neck breaker coming into play. Guys, count of 6. We end up having a double counter here. The house is literally just beating the shit. I don't know where Arthur Rose is. He's just chilling on the apron watching as his tag team partners being brutalized, jumped here by these two men. Oh, right into the steel steps. Kick to the gut, and again into the steel steps. And again into the... Nope, misses that time. Guys, count of 8. We are getting dangerously close. 9 from Slappy, guys. I don't know if we're going to be able to break the count in time. This looks like a double count out coming our way. Oh, Gerard, but he just screwed himself. Wait, Harvey's the legal man. Oh, my God. Count of 9. Both men. And there's the headshot. Holy shit. That had me on the edge of my seat right there. Slappy being a little bit lenient with the 10 count, allowing both men to get back in time. And now look at Oliver Smith like, fuck you, Rose. You come in here. And now it is Rose who's the legal man. You saw the viciousness from the house right there. Just double teaming Oliver Smith relentlessly. Look at this face slam now. Brutalizing Rose. Up to the top rope, guys. We know what Double H might be thinking. Ah, there's the shooting star press. That's what did the deal for Arthur Rose back at Purgatory 1, 2, but only a 2 count here tonight. Gerard just coming in to get a little peek and then going right back out into the apron. Harvey Hastings ain't slowing down a bit on the apron, beckoning Arthur to rise to his feet. The unique one. Don't know what happened right there. Lights going out. Pinfall attempt now by Fisher. Only gets a 2 count as we get the assassin. That cheeky little kick to the back. And now it's the big man, Gerard, going up to the top. This has bad news right all over an elbow drop. Right to the heart. As now the German Supernova closing in, looking for some sort of grapple there. Arthur Rose ain't having it. He's fighting as much as he can, but he's hurt for certain after taking that shooting star press. And Gerard just going to add to the pain with a beast bomb. Arthur Rose is getting demolished right now by the house. Oliver Smith out on the apron can do nothing but watch. But wait a minute, Arthur Rose, no! Rose tried to make that clutch comeback, went for that headbutt to the midsection, which he usually follows up with the double knee strike. Even though that was reversed, he was able to counter there with that arm track back suplex, and now Arthur, punch to the jaw, punch to the back of the head, going for a ride up on the shoulders. Gerard gonna be twist turned, sit out power bomb. 1, 2, oh, but Harvey Hastings makes the save. Oliver Smith was too tired, too slow. You see his shoulders slink down. You see how tired he is hanging on the apron there. Arthur Rose not giving up though. Couple of chops. There's a third one right to the top of the head. Gerard Fisher trying to fight back and regain control for he and Harvey Hastings here. Live on Monday Night Fusion for this tag team matchup. Kick to the gut. Once again, beast bomb in store. Look at Arthur trying to yell and wake up Oliver, but Smith might be done for, guys. This is pretty much a handicap match at this point. Oliver had it absolutely taken out of him, being jumped on the outside earlier on in the match. We know what Gerard's looking for to finish here. The maneuver he calls the Nuke, a headlock driver, which has knocked out every single person that he has come in contact with since coming to the Fusion roster. Look at that T-bone suplex now, throwing him all the way across the ring. Now trying to make a tag to Harvey Hastings. Look at that. Prime positioning. The Nuke by Fisher, and that's all the way across the ring. That's going to make it much harder for Oliver Smith to try to make the save. 1, 2, only a 2 count though, somehow, some way. I don't know how. Oliver, not able to make the save. Arthur Rose able to save himself, not for long it seems. Curb stomp, busting Rose wide open. The unique one might be in La La Land as Harvey back to the top rope. What does Harvey have in store here? What's going through that mind of his? Oh my God, rolling sidekick. Arthur right back up to his feet though. No selling like a champ. Look at the blood rushing down his head. Shoulder blocked by Rose as Oliver Smith tries to rally the CMV universe here. That's all that he can do from the apron. As now Rose having a little bit of fun with the assassin. Shin to the back of the head, pinning him to the canvas, taunting him. Tag to Smith now. Oliver's had a good amount of time to rest. Let's see if he has enough left in him now to try to bring home the win. Lateral press on Harvey. 1, 2, but only a 2 count. Now it's Rose who's barely able to keep himself standing on the apron, having to rely on the top rope. And I don't know why Oliver thinks that's a good idea. Yeah, there you go. Gerard Fisher with a kick to the back, the lower back there, maybe the kidneys, to knock him off. Harvey back to his feet, though. He's still woozy, he's still dazed. He's got to shake them cobwebs. There you go. Back flipping out of the suplex attempt. Not able to capitalize on the reversal, though. Watch out, Slappy. Smith going for a kick to the gut in the corner. Don't know what he was going to try for there. Another headshot. Becoming well acquainted with that maneuver is Oliver Smith these past couple of weeks. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, though. You saw Rose was able to get into the ring. That would have been a 3 count. He would not have been able to break that up in time. Oliver Smith might have to be relying on himself at this point, guys. Or maybe not. There you go. Flapjack. Kicking it old school is the king of old school. The ring general now, same as Rose, having a bit of fun with Harvey Hastings. Look at that. Oliver Smith might be bad timing. Certainly bad timing. Bangarang he's going to get for his troubles, his insolence there. That was just rude. As now Harvey does this a lot during his matches. He gets in control and then just stares at his opponents. Just looks down at them, peering into their soul almost. He wastes a lot of time doing it. I don't know exactly what the strategy is here. Maybe trying to regain some stamina. Look at that. Every time Oliver Smith moves, he punches or kicks him to keep him grounded, but it's not doing him much good. Now bringing him up to his seat, Harvey. What is he thinking here? Just staring at Oliver Smith, guys. What the hell is Harvey doing? And a tag to Rose. That was an intense stare down there, and Oliver Smith wanted nothing to do with it. Rose, once again, is the legal man. Back elbow, going to stagger Rose, though, with an elbow right to the forehead of Harvey. Ducks the clothesline attempt, gets one anyhow. Misses the kick, back and forth they go, got tit for tat. A reversal fest indeed is ensuing, quickly ends though. Backstabber, 1, 2, not even a 2 count. Oliver Smith just couldn't fit. Oh, now we're going to taunt as Rose looks to seal the deal, guys. Hook to the jaw, up onto the shoulders. Oliver playing guard here. Sit out powerbomb. 1, 2. No, only a 2 count. What a tag match here, ladies and gentlemen. Going for a kick to the midsection. Rose and Harvey Hastings certainly know each other very well. Counter after counter. Now a tag to Oliver Smith here, guys. What the hell are these two? Oh my God, a kick to the thigh. And you know what Oliver Smith is working towards there? That figure 4 leg lock of his, which not many men have been able to escape. And that's what he tapped out Chris Andrews with a couple of weeks ago. But instead, I think he's going to look for that butterfly pile driver. The move that he oh no, what is this? What the hell? Oh, Michinoku driver. Okay, from Oliver Smith. 1, 2, 3, and gets the win with a Michinoku driver. That was new from Smith. I have no idea. Something a bit new there from Smith to do the deed. A Michinoku driver throwing it seriously old school to get the win as the House's reunion not going oh so well, not going to plan. Oliver Smith continues his hot streak. Rose gets back some momentum and a handshake between the two would-be opponents, could-be opponents. I didn't touch anything. I guess Oliver Smith just wanted to try out some new moves before retiring. Here we go, folks. The action continues. Up next, go from some tag action to some singles action. Do not fret, though, later on, we're going to see Police Squad take on the Bickering duo. The winners of that will actually be challenging this man, Trauma, alongside his partner, Bludgeon, for their Fusion Tag Team titles in 2 weeks' time on the grandest stage of them all. Sentence 5. Oof, what's in my mouth that I hear? The vintage match ender here in CMV, Michinoku Driver. But indeed, before Desolation see who will be challenging them for their belts at the Showcase of Emotions, Trauma must first step into the ring to go one-on-one with the Bloody Brit, Chris Andrews. And of course, we heard from Schmitty himself earlier tonight during that confrontation he had with Cole Savage. Johnny Sampson, after we know Schmitty last week tried to crown himself the undisputed champion, but before he could officially do it, he was interrupted by Cole Savage, his many friends, and Chris Andrews. And because of that, Johnny Sampson was given enough time to go behind his back and solidify the main event, guys, of Ascendance 5 has been confirmed. It has been written. The deal is done. It will be Paul Devine, the 2018 CMV Royal Rumble winner, taking on the Bloody Brit, Chris Andrews, the former champion, in the main event, Ascendance 5, to crown a new world champion. It is going down for real, and I am so excited. I mean, you know, the Bloody Brit needs that momentum, especially after the couple of weeks that he has had. And he's looking to get that by putting down Schmitty's left-hand man, if you will, in Trauma. Here they come, the Fusion Tag Team Champions, ladies and gentlemen. Trauma on the right, the man who will be competing in this matchup, and his partner, Bludgeon, on the left. They have been the Fusion Tag Team Champions for 3.5 months. Last week, they suffered a huge upset, the Police Squad defeating them after a very competitive match, allowing John Smith and Bill Jones to get that #1 contenders match later on tonight against who everybody thought was the #1 contenders and the Bickering duo. Now Tyson Cage and Sriracha are going to have to defend their top position if they want to still go for the gold. I do remember that. In fact, Desolation were the men that defeated Chris Andrews to become the Fusion Tag Team Champions when the Bloody Brit was holding the titles all by his lonesome because Divine ditched him. As here he comes, my friends, the former undisputed World Heavyweight Champion and the man who will headline, who will main event the grandest spectacle in our business, the grandest stage of them all, the show of shows, Chris Andrews with the opportunity to become a 2-time undisputed champion when he takes on his biggest rival, his longtime foe, and Paul Devine. And while Chris Andrews hasn't been given a break this past month, obviously here tonight being thrown against Trauma, that matchup he had with Oliver Smith a couple weeks ago, Paul Devine has been nowhere to be seen. Obviously, Schmitty, his good pal now that he's in snug with Lineage, is giving him time off, allowing Paul Devine to rest, not risk injury going into such a big matchup. Whereas Chris Andrews not so lucky. But you know that the Brit wouldn't want it any other way. He doesn't want to sit in the back. He doesn't want to be at home kicking up on the couch, with his feet on the table. He wants to be in that ring kicking ass, because that's what he does best, ladies and gentlemen. And indeed, he does know Desolation very well. They fought on numerous occasions. This is the first time ever we're seeing Trauma and Andrews go one-on-one. The Brit has fought Bludgeon on multiple occasions in singles action, and obviously the both of them in handicap and tag matches. Lower forearm slash to the lower back there, as this match immediately going to go to the outside. That jab to the chest, cheeky little Texas jab right up under the chin. Trauma dropping out of the scoop slide attempt though. Back suplex right on the hard surface, the outside of the ring. Those mats hardly offering any support for these competitors here on Monday Night Fusion. Oh, and now a shoulder claw of doom being applied by one half of the Fusion Tag Team Champions. Lineage's plans certainly have been falling down around them these past couple of weeks, with the arrival of Cole Savage is certainly shaking up the landscape of Monday Night Fusion. Johnny Sampson going behind Schmitty's back to make that Ascendance 5 main event official, not allowing Schmitty to crown himself as the undisputed champion. It's good to know that Johnny Sampson's up and around. Trauma going right into the steel steps, slapping guys at a count of 8. They're getting into some count-out territory here. 9 count, guys. I think these two could be the bliss. There's a 10 count. And this one has been thrown out, ladies and gentlemen. Trauma and Chris Andrews staring holes through one another, as this matchup has been called double count-out. These two just completely were oblivious, I'm sure, to the count of Slappy beating the hell out of each other. Didn't even realize what was going on. And the matchup has been called. Another unfortunate bump in the road for Chris Andrews, who's just keeps getting unable to gather any momentum heading into Ascendance. First the loss to Oliver Smith, now the double countout to Trauma. Things are not going the Bloody Brit's way, guys. And I can't get inside the head of Chris Andrews. I don't know him that well, but I gotta imagine that even for a man like the Bloody Brit, he's gotta be feeling a bit of butterflies. He's gotta be nervous. He's going to be main eventing Ascendance 5, guys. The biggest event in CMV's entire history, and he is the headliner. He and Paul Devine. I gotta imagine that's gotta be weighing on him a bit. But the action must go on. As they say, ladies and gentlemen, as up next, it is champion versus champion. Perry Heaton going to be going toe-to-toe with Xander Slate, Anarchy champ, against the United States champ. Let's get it on. Double count out, J-Rod. Double count out. Was a draw between Trauma and Chris Andrews. Hello, explicit, by the way. I saw you sneak in here. As here comes the pit bull, Perry Heenan, who since coming to CMV just 3 months ago has been on an absolute tear with only one loss to his name. This past one has knocked off both Jaquan Shea and Jamari Williams in singles action to the point where the Kip Up Kings jumped this man last week. It was Shea one-on-one with Heenan 7 days ago. Perry Heenan would get the victory over Shea just as he did the week prior against J-Dub. Jamari would launch a post-match attack, but Perry would fend him off until the numbers game would catch up to him. Jaquan Shea returning to the fray and Kip Up Kings beating down the Anarchy champion. Saw that tweet earlier from Jaquan Shea. He said, Kip Up Kings, we know when the right time is to attack. Perry Heenan, have to wonder the extent of his injuries, but I also got to respect the fact that he's showing up here tonight. This is a big matchup, no doubt his biggest opponent by far, as the CMV veteran, the face of America, ladies and gentlemen, the United States champion, makes his way to the ring. Xander, who got the news earlier this week that he had to be defending his championship in a triple threat match at Ascendance against Sean Kent and Azrael. We saw at the top of the show Azrael knocking off Sean Kent in singles action. We'll see if Slade can garner any sort of momentum heading into a matchup where he doesn't have to be the one pinned or submitted to lose his championship gold. 2 months Xander has held that championship now. Goodbye gum right in the face of some poor fan in the front row. Sorry about that. I had to take a quick sip of my Wata tonight. No Rockstar. Finally finished those off. My fucking throat no longer on fire. As Perry Heenan getting started right away, pounding on Xander. Man, caught him with that loot. There's the right hook, slamming his head, and now that big old knockout blow right to the noggin. Xander trying to fight back. 2 submission experts going out of here as well, especially Perry Heenan, well-versed in the submission game. Oh, look at Xander Slade with the footwork. Damn, take it down. Perry, and a nice snap of the leg there. Twisted his knee in a way it should not. Perry, these past couple weeks, debuting that new chicken wing crossface of his. He used it, tapped out Jamari Williams 2 weeks ago and last week as well. He's also got that devastating sleeper hold in his arsenal. Whereas Xander Slate utilizes the Slade by Slate last chancery maneuver. Back body drop by Perry Heenan. You gotta keep in mind that Xander is also fresh off of recovering from a concussion. I'm sure Perry Heenan is not a stupid man, a smart competitor. Look at this back and forth though. Tit for tat they go. Reversal after reversal. Oh, and a big old clothesline. Perry Heenan got to have eyes in the back of his head. Be weary of the Kip Up Kings after they jumped him and beat him down last week again. I don't know if Perry Heenan's suffering any sort of injury from that. If he is, he's doing a good job of not showing it. Doesn't want to put his weakness on display for Xander to capitalize on here. I want to talk about smart competitors. Xander most definitely is one of the smartest men in that CMB ring. And a dirty, dirty heel to boot. He'll do it after he does whatever he has to, I should say, to get the win. Is get back and forth clotheslines now. These two acting like they know each other so well that they've fought so many times before, but this is the first time encounter here on Monday Night Fusion. Look at this guy's STF by Perry Heenan to Xander Slate. That's new from the arsenal of the Pitbull. Ah, but Xander, oh, with an elbow right to the goddamn face. Got a light heavyweight championship, Josh. Don't need a Cruiserweight Championship. Are you okay? Big hook to the jaw. As Xander now from behind, knees digging into that spine, 3 in a row, and then dropping him with the reverse DDT. Up to a vertical base now. Xander's not done with him just yet. Pops him up onto the shoulders, and a Samoan drop from the OG Dirty Heel. As folks, we receive a tweet from the White Rabbit, who says, after a failed game of rock, paper, scissors, Smiles and I have decided to put our #1 contendership on the line in a rematch against Chaos in Order this Friday. And another tweet to follow that up, so he says, so maybe we can hop with pride if we get the W clean. So a big announcement regarding Genesis this Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, hot shot from Xander, going to send Heenan falling down to the outside. Count of 2 from Slappy right now as Heenan returns to the ring, mocking Xander Slate. And that is never a good idea. You know the ego of Xander Slate, not going to allow that. Oh, Perry Heenan catching the show up on the shoulders. Going to spin him out into the neck breaker from the torture rack. And that is usually always a prelude to either the sleeper hold or that crossface chicken wing from the CMV Anarchy champion. And guys, a tweet from Namian says, let's see if we can make you regret that decision. Of course, Namian, along with his brother Reynard, the Audrey brothers, form Chaos in Order. And Xander, kick to the gut, implant DDT. Rockin' Perry Heenan. Look at that. Xander wastes no time, whereas Heenan failed to go for the victory right away after hitting the neckbreaker. Xander not going to make that same mistake. Flipping him over after the neckbreaker, catching him up, Slate by Slate, locked in tight by the United States Champion. Will Heenan be the one forced to submit tonight as the Anarchy Champion is caught? Can he find a way to escape? No hope for a rope break. Will he tap? Slappy in position. Can Perry find a way to survive, or is this match over? Wait a minute, Perry grabbing the arm. No, and a punch to the side as Xander's head sets him free. This matchup not over so fast. And now Perry, crossface chicken wing, and just like that, oh, but a rope break. Xander Slate knows his surroundings so well, that veteran instinct kicking in as he moves his boot just a little to the side to get the rope break. Perry thinks the damage may be done, but no, only a 2 count. And I am certainly excited. Chaos and Order, imaginary friends, currently 1-1. Freddie Osborne and Smiley Danielson doing the honorable thing by putting their contendership on the line after their victory over Chaos and Order was a bit shady on last week's show. Oh my God, look at Heenan! Wow, the aggressiveness, I should say, by the Anarchy Champion, just gouging out that gash that was opened up on Xander's forehead. Look at this, got his thumb right in the cut, man. It doesn't get much more brutal than that. Xander, though, with the will to survive. I think any normal man not only would tap out, but start to fucking bawl, cry in the middle of the ring. I know I would. Jeez, that was nasty. These two are beating the holy hell out of one another to prove who the better mid-card champion is here on Monday Night Fusion. Arm drag by Perry Heenan. Oh, and Perry now lining up the shot once again. Dangerous territory if your name is Xander Slate. This time, going for the sleeper hold and is locked in, bringing Xander to the canvas. Can Xander reach back? Can he grab the rope? Or will he force it down? No, Xander taps out. Xander Slate submits, and Perry Heenan claims yet another victim. Sorry about that, folks. What a victory for Perry Heenan, claiming his biggest win by far. And with Ascendance 5 on the horizon, what challenge is coming Perry Heenan's way? The Kip Up Kings seem to believe it is they who deserve a championship opportunity, despite the fact that Heenan's defeated the both of them in recent weeks. But tonight, Perry, man, what a match and what a win. Unfortunate for the momentum of Slate heading into his triple threat defense against Azrael and Sean Kent at the show of shows. But the night must go on, ladies and gentlemen. All right, my friends. It has been one hell of a night thus far here on Monday Night Fusion, as we are closing on the final few matches. Up next, we are about to find out which team is going on to Ascendance 5 in 2 weeks to challenge for those Fusion Tag Team titles. Desolation, Bludgeon, and Trauma, the left and right hand, respectively, of General Manager Schmitty, just awaiting to see who is going to step up, see if they can knock them down, as we have the Police Squad, John Smith and Bill Jones there on the left, who defeated Desolation clean last week on Monday Night Fusion to get themselves in this position and get this opportunity against the team who were presumed to be the number one contenders before that happened, and Tyson Cage and Sarasi, the Bickering duo, now having to defend their top contender position tonight against a team who has defeated them in the past. Police Squad looking to dish out that brutality tonight. No doubt about it. NGW alumni, undefeated currently in their Fusion careers, 4-0 at this point. Tyson Cage and Sarasi, though, have been a tag team for, I got about 6 months now, I'd have to say. They've been a tag team, and though there's been plenty of times they nearly have broken up, they only have 2 losses as the team, again, one of which was to the Police Squad, and the other was to Desolation a couple of months ago when they initially challenged them for the Fusion Tag Team titles. We've seen Cage and Sarasi working a whole lot better together recently, though the bickering certainly has not stopped. Police Squad ready to earn this opportunity. Bludgeon and Trauma, I'm sure, keeping a close eye on this one. I always say it, despite the fact that they're mountainous men, they're fucking monsters in the ring. They're strong as hell. Some of the strongest men in all of CMV, Bludgeon Trauma. They're also smart. They're not stupid, and they work extremely well together. That's what's kept them as the tag team champions for 3.5 months. It's not, and of course having Schmitty, the general manager of Schmitty being on his good side, that doesn't hurt too much either. But they do have to defend their titles, especially with Johnny Sampson now making moves yet again. As here comes the man with the most exquisite facial hair in CMV. Tag team divisions on not only Fusion but Genesis too, man. Lighten up lately. We just got that news that Chaos and Order will be taking on Imaginary Friends, that rubber match later on this week to finally confirm 100% once and for all who will be going to Ascendance to challenge Zach Cage and Nick Blake. We're going to find out right now who's going to challenge Desolation. Still to come tonight, guys, following this matchup, Troy Myers back in the ring as he takes on the returning Shanaz Andoni. Shanaz, who no doubt has got some revenge waiting for Myers, if you know what I mean. And in our main event, I'm very excited. Shane Scott one-on-one with Jacob Ziegler. They were tag team partners last week. Their opponents here tonight. Only one man can walk out with the victory, just as it will be an Ascendance. And the Money in the Bank ladder match, I'm looking forward to that. Tyson Cage looks ready to go. Biggest moment of his career right here. Can he and Sarasi put their differences aside as they have been seeming to be able to do these past couple of weeks? Garnering a lot of momentum. As here comes the man who the CMV Universe absolutely adores. Sarasi making his way out onto the ramp, ladies and gentlemen. And Krizzy always wants me to say that is Icarus on the back of his tights there. So there you go, Krizzy. I finally said it. You still got the fact that these two come out here separately. The fact that just moments before they even came out here, that CMV.com exclusive. If you're a member of our website, communityuniverse.4motion.com, ! Join in the chat. We'll give you a link. They were arguing literally on the way to the gorilla position to come out and participate in this matchup. They were literally arguing. And then you got Police Squad who came out here together. They literally hugged before the match. They've known each other for so long. They always know what the other is thinking, always have each other's backs. But despite all that, how the Bickering duo are so different from every other tag team, they've only lost twice in the 6 months they've been together. Nearly became the Fusion Tag Team Champions a couple of months ago, but because of the Bickering, it wasn't able to happen. Can tonight be the night they finally got on the same page? Will they go to Ascendance to challenge Desolation, or will it be the Police Squad? We are about to find out, my friends. That's going to be John Smith and Tyson Cage starting things off. Catches the kick to the midsection attempt and flooring Cage there with a clothesline. Police brutality definitely on the minds of John Smith and Bill Jones here. They'll do whatever they have to get to Ascendance. Remain undefeated, challenge for those tag team titles. Ladies and gentlemen, a tweet from General Manager Schmitty says, "Let's get something straight. Samson only made that move because he had yet to take sign of his leave of absence. But I had assured that it was taken care of, and it has." But let me restart that. Let's get something straight. Samson only made that move because he had yet to sign his leave of absence. But I had assured that it was taken care of, and it has. I have my ways, so yeah, I'm the only one who calls the shots on my show. So apparently Samson hadn't signed a leave of absence, though I don't think Johnny would sign something like that. Either way, Schmitty can't do anything about it now. That main event is official. Paul Devine, Chris Andrews for the Undisputed Championship. And that's got to be just squirming out of the skin of Schmitty right now, the fact that Johnny got one up over him like that. But Schmitty seems to be making moves yet again to try to silence Johnny, keep him down, as now it is Bill Jones and Sarasi, the legal men in this #1 contenders match. Modified face buster now by Jones. Slappy officiating. Third to last match of the evening here on Monday Night Fusion. Edition number 91, episode 351 overall. Ascendance 5, just 2 weeks away. The grandest event in CMV's history. 4 days it will span across. One of these two teams will be featured getting a shot at the Fusion Tag Team titles. And as I talked about earlier on in the night, a poll on the website, CommunityUniverse.4motion.com asked the CM Universe who they would rather see challenge for the tag team titles, and Police Squad got the majority of the votes, which was surprising to me. But I guess after seeing Police Squad defeat Desolation last week, the fans are confident they could do it again. They just want to see those straps off of Desolation. They want to see Lineage take it down a peg. Look at this, Bill Jones tying Sarasi up in the tree of woe position and choking him out with a boot right to the throat, but Sarasi right back into the mix. Just needs a quick breather, as now he catches Jones with a back suplex. Oh, powerbomb attempt by the Masked Man, but drops down into a facebuster. And look at that. Oh, wrong place to taunt. Tyson Cage with a suplex to the outside of the ring. Dear God, I heard the smack of his bat off the mat right here, man. That was cringeworthy. And now Sarasi coming out to join the fun. Bad place to be if your name is Bill Jones. That numbers game coming to bite all at the corner of the table. Point to the gut there. And guys, a tweet from Gerard Fisher says, at Harvey Hastings, you win some and you lose some. But about those promises, I made them, Harvey. The house is back as Bill Jones able to fight back Tyson Cage there, but Sarasi catching him with a flapjack as he turned back around, guys. Slappy currently at a count of 3 as Cage and Sarasi just taking turns stomping on Jones. That's an interesting question, J-Rod. If we get a double count out or a disqualification, a disqualification or something like that, I gotta wonder what would happen. I assume we'd have to get a rematch next week, the go-home show, but let's just hope that something like that doesn't happen, that we get a clear-cut winner. Grabbing Sarasi by the sides of the head, gets a big old punch to the gut though. Trying to close in again, tip for tap. Both these teams know what's on the line. Oh, Sarasi put in the corner. Guys, tag to John Smith. Tyson Cage coming in, trying to talk Police Squad out of it, but they ain't listening. Police brutality. Into the pin. Slappy, though, distracted by Tyson Cage, and Cage may have just saved Sarasi. 1, 2. No, he has only a 2 count. That the couple of seconds that Tyson Cage gave Sarasi there when he was arguing with Slappy, saving him, giving him the time that he needed to kick out. And now Sarasi with all that he has left. The master of the face buster with a full Nelson. Into the pin. Does Sarasi have it? But now it's Bill Jones who argues with Slappy, and oh, wait a minute, and this is the breakup. Oh, but he got it the second time. Pivotal moment in this number 1 contenders match, ladies and gentlemen. Sarasi just a millisecond away from getting he and Tyson Cage the championship matchup, but Sarasi's not done just yet. Misses the clothesline, now a big elbow to the chest. The Masked Man riding high. He's not giving up. He feels it deep in his bones. And now Sarasi stalking John Smith from the corner. What is he looking here? What is he setting up for here? Little bit of black magic to John Smith. Gets the heel, the boot right to the back of his skull. Tyson Cage loving it on the apron. Sarasi pandering to the CM Universe, a mistake if you ask me, but so energized right now. Sarasi can't help it. Might have just given Smith, though, the opportunity he needs, or perhaps not. Back suplex this time into the face buster. The Bickering duo. 1, 2, 3 are going to Ascendance. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bickering duo defeat the Police Squad and now solidify their place at Ascendance 5. The Bickering duo, desolation for the CMV Fusion Tag Team titles. Tyson Cage, arms raised in the ring. Sarasi giving him his space, a little bit of respect perhaps, even though Sarasi got the pinfall. It's unfortunate for the Police Squad, indeed so close, but the Bickering duo just wanted it more. I'm certainly excited. Tyson Cage, Sarasi get one more opportunity to become the Fusion Tag Team Champions at Ascendance 5 in 2 weeks' time. They're going to have to get through Desolation, though, and they couldn't last time. We just have to wait and see, my friends. We'll just have to wait and see. Rip Gumble. Never forget. But here we go, folks. It is co-main event time. Monday Night Fusion, edition number 91. As we are set to see Troy Myers take on the returning Shannon Tony, the real number one Baba Baby, the Punjabi Playboy, Johnny Gatz. Who, of course, lost a month of his CMV career thanks to a brutal attack by Troy Myers. Shanaz Andoni with the victory over Reese Matthews before Purgatory became number one contender for the CMV Anarchy Championship at Troy, jumping him backstage in his locker room, put him on the shelf, which allowed Matthews to then get the championship opportunity. We know that Troy, after Reese failed to capture the belt from Perry Heenan at Purgatory 2 weeks ago, brutally attacked the exception. Troy Myers was tired of waiting. He gave Reese months to respond to his Ascendance challenge, and Reese just continued to ignore him, so Troy finally decided that instead of just waiting around, he'd take action, try to force an answer out of Reese Matthews, and now Reese hasn't been seen for 2 weeks after that assault. And Troy last week returning with this new look, new attitude about him to defeat Arthur Rose. Now he's got to put down Shanaz Andoni, who's got a whole lot of revenge coming for Myers. Before this matchup gets started, guys, a tweet from Harvey Hastings says, at Gerard Fisher, you haven't made your promise. You promised that the house would be an army, yet you have not provided one. Get me an army, and then I will consider the promises that you made. When did I stream on Wednesdays? Oh, another tweet from Tyson Cage, guys, says 6 months, 2 losses. Tonight, we got retribution for one of those losses. At Ascendance, the other loss will be retributed. I don't know if retributed is a word, but we'll go with it for Cage's sake. The Bickering duo won, J-Rod. As here he comes, baby. The real number one Baba. Former Anarchy Tag Team and Light Heavyweight Champion. Shanaz, who's coming off a victory over Miles Kelly last week on Reality Wrestling. Now looking to dish out some revenge. We didn't get to see from Chris Andrews earlier tonight. Let's see if Andoni has any for us. Bickering duo won, J-Rod. Tyson Cage and Sarasi became #1 contenders. Oh, look at this, guys! Reese Matthews making his first appearance since Purgatory, where Troy Myers brutally attacked him. Matthews finally showing his face as he comes out here during this co-main event match and plants a seat right in Shanaz's corner. Perhaps Matthews finally has an answer for the CMV Universe and Myers himself regarding Troy's Ascendance 5 challenge. It was months and months ago that Troy challenged Reese Matthews to fight him at Ascendance 5, but Reese just continued to ignore him and made Troy into kind of a stalker. Troy came out for every one of his matches, would follow him around backstage, and like I said, while Troy was making his entrance, he finally snapped, was finally done being ignored, and assaulted, brutally beat down Reese Matthews at Purgatory. The former world champion, though, getting a front row seat as Troy Myers trying to do the best he can to stay focused on Shanaz Andoni here. Shanaz, a CMB veteran, somebody that you can't take your eyes off for even a second, lest he get control and roll with the momentum to get the win. Look at that little bit of fun there with the headstand side headlock. That's true, Elish, that's true. Now, big old jumping elbow drop, and there's the kip up. Shanaz Andoni, last year's Ascendance, he was a participant in the Slick B Memorial Battle Royale. The year before that, alongside Chet Taylor, hashtag trending worldwide, they were defending their tag team titles against X-Gen. Victorious on that night. Shanaz Andoni, no doubt, looking to be showcased yet again at the show of shows. Perhaps going to take a second trip into that Battle Royal. This slap suplex by the real #1 Bubba. Troy Myers planted. Now Shanaz dragging him out towards the center of the ring. Another big jumping elbow drop. Still to come in our main event. Up next, Shane Scott takes on Jacob Ziegler. Filth against the Pride of Scotland. Back suplex. I guess move over Jamari Williams, man. A lot of kip-ups coming from Shanaz Andoni. Maybe going to be the third member of the Kip-Up Kings. Shanaz up on the second turnbuckle, beckoning for Troy to rise to his feet. Misses. I think he would have missed that blockbuster attempt, even if Troy didn't move out of the way there. It wasn't look like it was going to successfully be executed. Yo, what up, beauty? This is Xbox One, my friend. We are not PS4, but if you want to join, we do have people who create cause for those who don't have a Xbox One or who don't have the game. People like Maury or Topher. If you join our website, communityuniverse.4motion.com, !join in the chat. We'll give you a quick link there. Then you can check us out. Shanaz lifted up onto his feet. Now Irish whip on the apron. Reese Matthews getting real close as Troy rips him back in. You know, Myers would love nothing more than to put down Shanaz right in front of Reese here. Scoop slam attempt by Troy. Counter, though, and a snap reverse DDT. Going to drop him right in the back of his head. Oh, look at this. A maneuver that Reese Matthews is very much acquainted with. The Troy Turner. 1, 2. Oh, and nearly the 3 count. You saw Reese like clap and shout out. Might have woken up Shanaz there before he was put down for the 3. Oh, now Myers lining up the shot. The Painmaker is what he calls that. Double knees to the face. Reese trying to rally the CM Universe behind the Punjabi Playboy, but it might be too little, too late. No, Reese Matthews getting the job done. Shanaz feeling the power, feeling the positivity, able to survive, and now looking to battle back. Troy with a neck crank, punch to the gut, though. Shanaz creating distance, closes in, looking for the heel hook. Ooh, Troy Myers just saw his light flash before his eyes right there, boy. Oh, man. Now a snake eyes. Shanaz Andoni drop face first in the top turnbuckle. And you see the aggression now, the anger beginning to spill, beginning to ooze out of Myers with those outlaw stomps. All right, beauty. If you just want to watch, that's fine too. Or thank you for dropping in. Thanks for stopping by anyhow. Maury, you created Shinaz. Or at least you traded a lot of attires this year anyhow. Luthez press some right hands raining down so hard, making Matthews cringe ringside. They're on a big old stomp to the chest now from the Painmaker, this new side of Troy Myers. He's turned his back on the CMV universe, turned his back on his friends, says he's all about himself now. He's tired, he's sick, he's through with the fans always thinking he's a joke, always laughing at him, only cheering him when he's winning, booing him when he's losing. Of course I released Big Bad. Cop had him tap out the triangle choke to someone who was like 5 feet smaller than him. Can't come back from that. Oh, and Donnie now tried to hit this earlier on in the match. No, wait a minute, the drive-by instead. Drive-by, oh, vintage Andoni. Big old boot right to that temple. 1, 2. No, only a 2 count. Sure I can, Maury. Just tell Cop that I have to delete his side to do it. Wasn't enough to get the job done, but Shinaz is feeling it, folks. And that driver's seat not looking to let up. A little bit of an airplane twirl now. Russian leg sweep. Reese Matthews is loving it. Firmly behind Shinaz here as Shinaz looks to Shinaz up, baby. There's a forearm smash. There's a second forearm smash. Ducks the clothesline. Troy off the ropes into a big old spine buster. Wait a minute. Taking a little pelvic thrust. Oof. Reese looking for refuge. Or rather, Troy Myers, I should say, looking for refuge in the corner as he passes by Reese. Oh my God, what a double axe handle. Might have knocked a couple of teeth down the throat of Andoni. There's another double axe handle right to the back of the head that time. And Troy through, playing around, sizing up his opponent, the Painmaker, a second time, and Reese is not loving what he's seeing. Shinaz busted wide open, dragged away from the ropes, hooks the leg. 1, 2. No, Shinaz, there's that vintage spirit digging down deep, and look at how pissed off Myers is. Oh, I might have just awoken the sleeping bear deep down inside. The real number 1, Bubba, again, snapping off the Russian leg sweep. Reese with a little hoo-ah. Hooks leg, 1. Only a 1 count. Hey, what up, Crimson? Welcome, my friend. Long time indeed. What have you missed tonight, or what have you missed in like the past 3 months? I do not know. Go check the website, of course, to catch up on anything you may have missed. I don't know if you ever joined the website. Boost to the chest, Shinaz on the top. Oh, double spinning. Nice spinning back. Why can't I talk tonight? I'm very bad tonight. But wait a minute, Shinaz. There's the spinning heel hook. I think he just knocked Troy Myers' head all up into the cheap seats, boy. And there's the 3 count. Andoni gets that payback. The support of Reese Matthews ringside and the CMV universe brings Shinaz Andoni to victory after a great back and forth matchup. But Matthews, guys, you gotta wonder if he finally has an answer for us and Troy Myers regarding the Painmaker's Ascendance Challenge. Shinaz Andoni, guys, returning with a fire up under his ass. Defeated Miles Kelly last week, and now getting that revenge over Troy Myers. Leg hook right here is what did the deed for the real number 1 Bubba. Oh my God, are we gonna get a little bit of shenazzing? I'm shenazzing over here. Reese gonna shenazz. Woo! Look at them hips, boy. Them hips don't lie. No J-Rod, our main event is up next, my friend. Shane Scott gonna go one-on-one with Jacob Ziegler. Mr. Main Event, if you will. Just a little FYI to those in the chat, my phone just died, so I can't see your messages now. So no more tweets. So I won't be able to read them. All right, here we go, my friends. It is time for the main event of the evening here on Monday Night Fusion, edition number 91, as we see two of the 6 men who will clash in the 6th CMV 6 Money in the Bank ladder match at Ascendance 5. Shane Scott and Jacob Ziegler will be joined by Andrew Briggs, Matt Devious, Jack Spade, and the 6 men still has yet to be announced by either General Manager Schmitty or Johnny Sampson. Neither of them have given me the news at all as to who this 6 man could be, shrouded in mystery. I'm certainly intrigued, but since this matchup was announced at the top of the monthly night after Purgatory, Shane Scott has been relentlessly trying to form an alliance with Jacob Ziegler, saying that he's the man that he respects the most, and also saying that Jacob Ziegler is without a doubt his biggest adversary, his biggest challenge out of all the others in this Money in the Bank ladder match. Last week, he finally got what he wanted when he and Ziegler teamed up to get a win over Badman Incorporated, Andrew Briggs and Matt Devious. But tonight, it is one-on-one. Only one of them can walk out victorious, just as it will be at Ascendance. Only one man can walk out as Mr. Money in the Bank with a guaranteed future World Championship opportunity. Shane Scott, though, in his own words, he said, he referenced me, how I kept saying that it's every man for himself. Shane said that's true, but why not work with someone else, eliminate all the others so that it can be one-on-one, make it easier? And I guess I got to agree with that. That's certainly what Badman Incorporated, Briggs and Devious are looking to do. They said it themselves, they're to use their numbers game. They don't care which of them walks out as Mr. Money in the Bank, but it will be one of them. Those are Vegas odds, no doubt about it. Shane Scott says he and Ziegler are going to put on a classic tonight. And I'm finding it hard to argue. This is going to be a good one. I can already feel it. Shane Scott has been on a tear. 3-match winning streak. Ziegler not so much. Took that loss to Briggs a couple of weeks ago. Adopted a new nickname. Let out a tweet earlier today saying, might as well just call me Mr. Main Event. And since he's come back, I think he's been on 1, 2, 3, 4. Shit. My math is terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 fusions he's been back, and I think he's main evented 5 of them. I'm pretty sure 4 or 5 of them he's main evented. Jacob Ziegler, certainly a top talent here on Monday Night Fusion, a former 2-time Anarchy champion, but the pride of Scotland is looking to finally take one step closer to that undisputed championship that he's been on the hunt for since the end of last season, before he was suspended for 8 months, competing in that Elimination Chamber. One of the most dangerous matches in all of CMV. Second to that, I would say, is a ladder match. Of course, that's where the Money in the Bank takes place. 6 men, ladders all about the ring. Climbing each rung, the first man to pull down that briefcase gets that opportunity to cash in for a world title match anytime they want. And if history is any indicator, 4 of the 5 last winners have successfully cashed in to become world champion. It was only last year's winner, Nick Blake, who cashed in unsuccessfully against champion Justin Sane. That was the first time ever that has happened in CMV. Rip, I've been talking with my mic meter for like 2 minutes there. These two tearing right into each other, though, as soon as that bell rang, holding no punches indeed. And Ziggler has been very weary and smart to do. Refusing that handshake by Shane Scott. They didn't exactly work well together last week. It's not like they were a well-oiled machine. In fact, Shane Scott, I think, was in the ring for a total of like a minute. Ziggler did do most of the work, though Shane Scott took credit for winning the matchup after he created an opening for Ziggler to hit that pedigree of his and get the 1-2-3. But no doubt Ziggler has been, a little bit holding himself back for Shane Scott's advances. Doesn't want to trust Shane Scott, and Shane Scott even said himself, "That's smart, Ziggler. I would just as soon kick your head off as any other one of these guys in the Money in the Bank." Scott's not trying to hide who he is. He just wants an alliance, if you will. Wants to eliminate everyone else in Money in the Bank. Leave it down to him and Ziggler. See who the better man is. As we are going to find out right now, big old spine buster from Ziggler. Shades of his good friend Paul Anderson, CMV Hall of Famer with that one. As now he hooks the leg. We're going to finish things off quickly. Only at 1 count, though. As I said, Shane Scott has really been impressing me these past couple months, putting on 5-star matches, currently on a 3-match winning streak, certainly carrying a lot of momentum with him into his sentence. But wait a minute, man, Ziggler. Oh, with that buckle bomb of vintage Scotsman. And you know what he's going to go? Oh, no, going to go for the pin. Man, Ziggler really wants to finish this match off quickly. ASAP here, man. Pin after pin from Jacob. Maybe he knows that Shane Scott's got that stamina game. He can go for a long time. As we've seen in recent weeks, Ziggler going for the pedigree, but Jacob gets caught up. And now Filth has something deadly in mind. Oh, dear God. Got his legs tied up, his arms wrenched back. Man, he's not... What the... Oh, my God. Dragon Sleeper. Dragon Sleep. Look at the way Ziggler's body is bending. Oh, thank God Ziggler got out of that quick, man. If he was in there for another couple of seconds, he would have been forced to tap. Oh, high kick by Double S. Thinking about going for a sig there. Maybe even a Finn. Either way, countered. And now the release Tiger Bomb by the Pride of Scotland. I'm sure that Andrew Briggs, Matt Devious, and Jack Spade, as well, that 6th man, whoever he is, are watching this one, all studying their opponents. Money in the Bank ladder match is no pushover, man. That is a brutal matchup that will change you. And Ziggler is the only man of the 5 currently confirmed who has experience in Money in the Bank. He competed in last year's nasty DDT there, busting open Filth. Whereas Shane Scott, Matt Devious, Jack Spade, all newcomers to this season. Andrew Briggs, a CMV veteran, former 2-time light heavyweight champion. He's never competed in a Money in the Bank before, though. He's competed in ladder matches a couple of times. Oh, Ziggler again, I think, going to try for the buckle bomb. Shane Scott denies it, though. Straight jacket DDT instead. Going to drop him right on the top of his noggin. Shane Scott freaking out a little bit right now. What does Filth have in store? Clothesline to Jacob Ziggler. Another clothesline. Ziggler keeps on popping up. Boom! Super kick. That's sure to keep him grounded. Shane Scott don't want that, though. Bring him up onto his feet. Hook to the jaw. Gonna go for that tiger suplex here. Or dragon suplex grab. Look at the bridge. Beautiful bridge and what a bulge as well. Tippy toes and all. Only a 2 count still. You know, Scott's going to be on the hunt. Try to finish things off with his triple X driver. And Jacob Ziegler, we saw him earlier, try to pull off that pedigree of his. Shane Scott was able to counter it. Only a 1 count there. Frequent pins by Ziegler in this matchup, I am noticing. I don't know if that's a game plan to try to actually end the match or if he's trying to force Shane Scott to exert his energy. He would keep kicking out and kicking out. That cut on his forehead is not looking pretty. I can tell you that much. Ziegler going to give it another go. Numero dos for the turnbuckle powerbomb. This is a move that can quickly end your career. It's happened before, folks. You land wrong on that top turnbuckle. Oh, but Ziegler looking to string it all together. This time he's going to get it. Hooks the gut, hooks the arms. Pedigree all the way from Scotland. Flips him over, hooks the leg. The Scott and Scott connection. Going to be put on pause tonight. Down. Oh, wow. Only a 2 count. Ziegler can't believe it. Quickly snaps back to reality, though. Moonsault like art through the air, done to perfection, but no sold by Filth. As now Filth with the triple X driver out of nowhere. He was presented with an opening, and he capitalized. Slappy taking his time, getting into the pin position. Oh my God, he got it! Wow. Even after all the time Slappy gave him, Shane Scott still able to put down Ziegler with the triple X driver and get the win in the main event, folks. What a matchup. Non-stop action from start to finish, but it is Filth who gets the win. And that, you know, that is going to get under Ziegler's skin, man. That's going to throw a wrench in his gears. That Shane Scott was able to get one up over him like that. That triple X driver, I was saying, he was presented with an opening, and he quickly capitalized on it. I think Shane Scott has learned from his past couple of matches, because I've always said that he wastes so much time taunting, playing with his opponents. He doesn't try to finish as soon as he can. Instead, he toys with them, but tonight he did not. He saw that opening, and he took it. Even with the, 5 seconds that Slappy gave Ziegler looping around. Ziegler still not able to kick out, man. That's a tricky pin to get out of. I don't blame him. Triple X driver and Filth is victorious. 4-match winning streak now. Are we looking at the 6th Mr. Money in the Bank right here, folks? What an episode of a Monday Night Fusion indeed. The Bickering duo confirmed as the #1 contenders of Desolation's tag team titles. What a main event. Shane Scott victorious. And guys, I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm going to do the live event. It's a bit late. I'm a bit tired. I'm sorry I was streamed so late, by the way. That probably threw a couple of people off. I assume that's why we didn't have such good viewership tonight, because Raw is on. Raw pretty much started as soon as I started, but I slept in. I slept real late today. I'll do the Blood and Stone match for J-Rod, because he was excited for that. I'll do that for him. I got you, J-Rod. I got you, fam. Just for you, boo-boo. I'm pretty sure this is the team they're taking on. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was the old gods I put. Alright, Mario, let's see these messages that you spammed me with earlier. Oh, great. Bless. You're a good kid. Don't tell me what to do, Maury. Oh, fireworks. Okay, that kind of scared the shit out of me. We're lighting fireworks off. Alright, then I'm pretty sure it's Zeus versus Adam Valentine, if I remember correctly. I will fight till I take my last breath. I got the heart of a warrior. This will just fucking randomize some shit. Bruh. Redelex Afterlife, I suppose. Throw Alistair in there. Sure, whatever. Banana, na na na, na na, na 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 na. That's Shane Scott's theme song. Stuck in my head now. Probably should have just made the old guys versus Blood and Stone match the last one, so I don't have to exit out. But oh well. Hindsight is 2020. My coming down. Cause my whole life I was lost in a fire. Alright, let's go. Even though I'm not fucking watching those ones, not gonna risk it. Not gonna risk anything with the universe. All right, here we go. The old gods taking on the debuting Rise and Bloody Justice and Blood and Stone together. Rise has been in CMV for about like 3 months or so now. Unbeaten. Unpinned, unsubmitted, I should say. He did lose a Fatal 4-Way. Bloody Justice, of course, has been struggling this entire season, though he hopes that together with Brother Rise, as he calls them, in Blood and Stone, they can finally rise up to the ranks. Bloody Justice can finally turn his career around. Try to start off by putting down the old gods and the Brothers Hades. Or, I always say Brothers Hades, the Brothers Christ, Ares, and Hades. We'll see their leader, Zeus Elohim. We won't see him in action, but he will be in action up next, taking on Adam Valentine. Like tears in the dust. Whoa, whoa. Why is it so long loading on the Manager's Son? Alright, let's get it on. Tag team action coming our way. We now know that the Bickering duo will be taking on Desolation at Ascendance 5 for the Fusion Tag Team titles opposed to Ascendance. Whoever the champions may be, they're going to need challengers. The old gods take on Blood and Stone here. It's going to be Ares and Rise kicking things off. Get a little clean break, but the ceasefire doesn't last long, if you will, there. That back elbow by Rise. Now a snap and neck breaker, cravat, if you will, rather. I don't know why I'm saying if you will so much tonight. If you will, good sir. Big old clothesline and a put down. Christ. That is tied up between the legs. Head scissors and those bare elbows right to the side of the head. John Cone keeping a close eye on this one. Brother Rise now looking to bring Ares up to his feet. Ares, though, don't need no help. Short arm clothesline of his own. Going to turn things around momentarily. As now Ares looks to make a tag to Big Bro. Quite literally. Hades enters the mix. 7 foot tall. Absolutely jacked to the gills. Clothesline from Rise, though. He don't give no shits. The former military man. Making the tag to Bloody Justice now. That Rise is not a small man by any sort, but made to look like a child as Hades just pushed him back there a couple of seconds ago. Bloody Justice getting the shoulder claw worked on, but he fights back to his feet. Working through the pain, blow to the gut, and a big old hook to the jaw. Now an Irish whip, Hades off the ropes, gonna catch him on the rebound with a big boot. That long hair being used to bring him up onto his feet. Back body drop though. BJ. Gonna feel that in his lower back when he's waking up tomorrow. Oh, he's gonna feel that too. Clothesline, goddamn. Bloody Justice back elbow creates a bit of distance. Closes in, hook to the jaw from behind now. Russian leg sweep, keeping it classic. Easy, simple, but effective. Offense, now Bloody Justice trying to maintain his control, but a big old shoulder block from Hades there going to turn things around just like that, the snap of a finger. The old gods. But a little bit career so far. Taking losses in it, a couple wins here, couple losses there. Haven't really been able to get themselves noticed for any sort of championship opportunity in the couple of months that they've been here, but they're hoping under the new leadership of Zeus Elohim, who's currently undefeated, will show them the path, if you will, to enlightenment. Get them that recognition they want, those title opportunities they feel as though they deserve. As Ares now with a snap DDT, goddamn! Woo! Sent Bloody Justice to another dimension, I think. Spiking him. Surprised he didn't go straight through. Oh, damn, furious fish drop by Ares now, the submission expert of the old gods, whereas Hades, obviously, you can take a look at him, you can tell he's the powerhouse. The muscle of the old gods. Don't know what Aries was trying for there. Bloody Justice shoots him down now. Now Bloody Justice gonna go for that falling power bomb perhaps, but no, denied by Aries. Now 8. Wait a minute, Aries Christ! Hell's Gates applied. That's pushing the shin right up into the throat. And Bloody Justice tabs! Bloody Justice tabs! Wow, just like that, huh? Damn. The debut of Blood and Stone. Certainly not going the way that I'm sure Bloody Justice and Rise would have liked it to. Man, that was a little bit of a surprise ending there. Hell's Gates locked in out of nowhere, and Bloody Justice immediately did he even tap? Yes, he did. He tapped. I thought he might have passed out, but no, Bloody Justice taps, guys. The Old Gods victorious. Quelling the uprise there of Blood and Stone before it can even really begin. Blood and Stone going to try to bounce back from that later on this week. Reality Wrestling when they take on Miles Kelly and Shanaz Andoni. Great win for the Old Gods. Unfortunate for Blood and Stone, though, my friends. Damn, I did not expect that. Rise got to see like a solid 30 seconds of action there. Now we got Zeus Elohim going to try to follow up on his success there, taking on Valentine, but no, Valentine gets the win in the dark match. Gotta wonder how that happened. And now the former Rising Star champion Aleister Knox takes on Next Gen's Adam Finito, and Finito gets a win, following up on his Battle Royal victory last week. So about half and half there for the Old Gods in this live event. And thank you guys, as always. Sorry that I don't feel as though I was really at my best. I don't know. I'm a bit tired. I had a pretty wild weekend, so I was late, and I don't know. I don't feel that I was at my best there commentating tonight, but I apologize and try to get back on track this Thursday. But if you didn't like what you saw, make sure you do follow me so that you know when I go live. Ascendance 5, our biggest event in the company, is on the horizon just 2 weeks away. 4-day event. It's going to be amazing. The 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st of August. Those are the confirmed dates. And we now have the confirmed main event. Paul Devine, Chris Andrews, the never-ending rivalry going to go down with the Undisputed Championship on the line. A new champion will be crowned. Our website is communityuniverse.4emotion.com. Exclamation point join in the chat. We'll give you a link if you would like your call on the show or you just want to check us out somewhere. You can head on over there. All the past episodes on my YouTube channel, linked on my Twitch info page. You can check out all those as well. So I will see you guys on Thursday for Reality Wrestling and Friday for this show right here, some Genesis.